Hi, peace everyone, Grand Rising. Thank you. Thank you for being with me at this time. I hope everyone is doing well on this rise. This message is for parents. Some of you know that I am a certified parenting coach. And this subject that I'm going to talk about this evening, I talked about it on my Blog Talk radio show years ago, but I couldn't find that I did an actual video on it. So I was prompted and guided to do this video at this time because the message is very, very important. So I'm going to go right into it. You have a brain, and your brain have a trinity of consciousness. You have a conscious mind, an unconscious, or some people call it a subconscious mind. You also have a superconscious mind. Now, I go more into this on my free 1-hour webinar at UMasteryLLC.com. The letter UMasteryLLC.com. Okay? I'm just starting this out to give you a base of this subject that I'm talking about this evening. Okay? So you have this. You are a trinity. You are not just physical, but you are a divine being, which means you have a spiritual component as well. Okay? You have a spiritual component. You have a physical component. And you have a conscious component. Okay? That being said, you are a receiver of information and a transmitter of information all the time. You're receiving and transmitting information all the time. You're not aware of it, which is a good thing. Can you imagine being aware of all your thoughts? You'd be crazy, you know? It's a good thing that all of our thoughts don't manifest too. So thoughts don't create your reality. That's a whole nother subject. I think I did do a video about that one. If not, I know I taught it in my 3-day workshop. So as a child, when you come into the world, you're innocent. You're like a blank sheet of paper, actually, in the physical form. Because you're soaking in everything. You're more like a sponge. Because you're soaking in everything. Everything is in awe to you. You're in this physical form. You're like, wow, I did it. I'm physical, you know, but you need help with a lot of things. And so you're just taking in data. You're taking in data. However, you're still close to the spiritual realm because you just came from that world, right? From that side. So a lot of you parents, I'm giving you the base, I'm just setting the tone for you, okay? So follow me here. When a child from a baby that is getting older, and I wrote the book, How to Talk to Your Children About Sex at Any Age, and it talks about the different stages that they go through and how those stages affect their learning and things like that. Anyway, when your child, because they're constantly taking in data, they're taking it all in, and they still are receivers of information, signals. That's why a baby can look at you, they know all your eyelashes, they know all your little nuances that other people may not see, but a baby picks up on that. Your children picks up on that. That doesn't start to wane and go away until around age 6, 7, 8 years old, and that's when the innocence, you know, starts to fade away as far as information that they came here with. So a lot of you, I want to say, I know you're tired, especially if you're single moms. And even nowadays, even two-parent households, you both working, you both are tired. And so you have to figure out a way to work together more, cohesively, and keep the harmony in your household. So for single parents, because I raised the last 3 of my children as a single parent, I'll put it to you this way. One of the things that I did was I always paid attention to them, which means I was always in tune, always tapping in to their energy. I didn't give them a lot of idle time because there was a way that I want them to be in life. I wanted them to be thinkers. I wanted them to question everything and think about things that are being told to them and what they're being taught, even in school. It was very important to me. I didn't want them to be followers. And I'm going to get to that too in this. I'm going to do my best not to be long-winded with this too. So as they were growing up, we would have conversations. Now, I always had some type of hustle on the side, always was doing some type of business, and so I would have family meetings because even at that time, I understood that family is business. And when you make your children a part of what you're doing, they don't have the desire to go outside the home to have a feeling of belongingness, because we are creatures. We love communication, and we want to feel we want to feel that we belong, that we're important, that we matter. When children don't get that in their household, they will search that outside of the home. And as they get this in the household, it's a source of strength for them. Okay? So I'm leading up to what I really want to talk about. But all of this plays in together. It's so much. These videos are not scripted. I don't practice them. They're as source nudges me to talk about certain things, and I come on here, y'all, it's raw, okay? So bear with me. It's raw as the downloads come. And sometimes as I'm talking, source will interject with more stuff, and then it sounds like I'm all over the place. So I'm doing my best to be streamlined and cohesive. So we're talking about children. When you're too tired, and I know you're tired, okay? I know you're tired. However, when I would coach parents, I'm sorry, you can't be tired. If you really want your children, because they are our next generation and our next generation, and if you want us to have a better world, you cannot be tired. I'm sorry. And I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you. And it is what it is. When I raised my 3, I worked 8-hour job. I was a manager, didn't have much life, right? But it was so important to me of how the values I wanted to instill in my children and the way I wanted them to be in life, that alone gave me the energy that I needed. Okay, so I would come home and I would decompress for myself. And my children knew, because I would tell them, Mom, we need to just decompress. This is when I was working a job. Mom, need to decompress. 30 minutes. So y'all, you know, do your house, make sure your house chores is doing. Any homework that you have to do at school, get that done. You know, and I just, you know, give me my time to myself, which is very important, parents. You need to get y'all time for yourself every day. Anyway, so I would decompress and just relax, you know, just relax, shake off the job and all of that, because I didn't bring my work home. You know, I wouldn't do that. And just like I wasn't the type of parents that help with homework. You better listen while you're in that class and get what you need to know and know how to do the work. And if you don't, ask the teacher or ask the tutor, you know, something like that. I'm not doing that. Okay, got enough to do. And then you have homework for me as well, because I'm doing research and learning things. So when you are so tired, or you just don't feel like interacting with your children, and so you sit them in front of the TV, they are being programmed to think a certain way, even to act a certain way. Yeah. That's why it's called programming. A lot of things are right in front of our faces that we don't see. The language is right there. But because we haven't been taught to question things and to really delve deep, to be silent and go within and get the answers that we need, it's right there and we didn't know. I never was into TV like that. I never, as an adult, when I had my children, I minimized that as much as possible. Not even knowing what I know now. I didn't know, even back then, I didn't know my gifts. And I was helping people. But I didn't know what it was called or anything like that, like I do now. See, the TV, I wrote it down just so I can say it right. The TV is the medium by which the channel is used to broadcast the programming, and broadcast the information to program your unconscious, basically. So the TV is the medium by which the channel or channeler, which is the channels, is used to broadcast the information to program your unconscious. So when you sit your children in front of that TV because you want to go cook or you want to go do this or whatever, be very mindful of what they are listening to and what they are watching, because they're being programmed, because they are receivers of information. The what is it called? The channel is a means of communicating with any consciousness that is not in human form, by allowing that consciousness to express itself through channels. Did you hear me? That's why, now you know this to be true, because if you like horror movies, you know it's a movie, you know it's not real, but you get scared anyway. Or you watch a show and you get emotionally involved. Anything that is emotionally charged gets locked in the unconscious, and you play it out and you don't even know it. And my dress just sticking out. That's annoying me. Okay. And broadcasting is sending information to many receivers, unconscious, using electromagnetic fields. Remember, you are an electrical being. sending and receiving information all the time. Now, when my children were growing up, I knew that. I'm like, no, we're not even watching TV. We don't have time for that. So they didn't grow up watching a lot of TV, y'all. Only what I wanted us to watch. If I wanted us to watch a movie or a certain program, and a lot of times it would spark a conversation. And to this day, you know, and as they were growing up, you know, people would wonder, like, wow, they would be amazed at my relationship with my children. And that's because I was tapped into them from the moment they hit this earth. Because to me, they was my greatest accomplishment when I had my babies. And all of you parents out there should be feeling the same way. Listen, I've never been the type of person that was loud and boisterous, you know, when I speak. Even with my children, I never yelled at them. I wasn't a yelling type of mom, you know. I'm not a yelling type of person. I was one of the mothers that be like, stop that. And and they knew. So just because a person is not yelling at you doesn't mean the information is not powerful. Listen to what I'm telling you. Those of you who are working, you single parents, you single fathers, and you single mothers, I know you're tired. I know. But you got to find some energy. You got to tap into your children. And you can start tomorrow. You can start today. Start today. Just tap in. Ask them questions. Tell them to question everything. If they're watching a certain show, you know, watch it with them. Glean the information that show is actually sending. Okay? So that it will spark a conversation so that you know where your children is coming from and where their mind is. You will learn a lot. Sit down and eat dinner together. You will learn so much about your children or about your child. So much. And they will learn you. And you will see your relationship start to become closer and even closer. Okay? I was never my children's friend. I was never their friend. I was mama. And I wasn't mama and daddy. I was mama in that house. I wasn't mama and daddy. I was mama. Okay? There's a lot of principles in that. I don't care when nobody is talking about these pronouns and stuff. This is nature. Okay? Anyway. So when you do that, when you put your children in front of those that television, okay, talking to your vision, programming your unconscious, right, broadcasting certain information through a signal so that you act or think a certain way, and then you wonder why your children is thinking a certain. Then they go to school and get even more programming and indoctrination for 12 years, and if they go to college, it's even more. And then you wonder, you lost your child. They don't have your values. So think about that. You can always go on UMasteryLLC.com and book the best day and time for you to attend the 1-hour webinar. It will change your life. It will open your first eye. It will start to clean out some of the programming that you've been indoctrinated with through the years, through your life. Your children will look at you. They'll first look at you kind of strange. You know, when my children were growing up, we would have family meetings, and even the twins, when they were little, you know, they would have to be in their high chairs, and they was part of the family meeting because I wanted them to get acclimated to that wholeness being in the family, you see. And I would explain to my children that I need their help. Yeah, because guess what? They would love to help you. They would love to help you. I didn't give them allowance. They earned their money. Yeah. We had, as they got older, when they were teenagers, we had a book club. Because we would always go to Barnes and Noble when they were little, you know, and they have those reading things, and you know, I would grab a book and read because children do what you do, and so they would just read. And then as they got older, I implemented a book club. So once a month we had a book. And listen, guys, those books would be this thick, and we would have to get through those books. The best question you can ever ask your child when reading a book is, what did you observe? What did you observe from reading that book? Because what happens is now it's a different thought pattern. It's not just reading words. You see? That's a bonus. Another bonus for you. Since I've been nudged to get back on YouTube, because it's been some years, to get back on YouTube, and a lot of these downloads and insights and information coming from source that I needed to share with you. I was also guided to these oracle cards, and I went into the store to get some incense and some other things, and I was guided to get these oracle cards. And so I'm going to shuffle these cards to see what the energy is for today, for us collectively, for today. Okay. And so what popped out was Kunter Yachek. Kunter Yachek. You see that? So let me put my glasses on. So Kunter Yachek is blessings from the sun of Hunan Pacha. Blessings from the sun of Hunan Pacha. All right. So it's card number 18. Let's see what that says, what that means. I love these cards, y'all. I love these cards. It was like they was calling me. It was strange. I know it was from source because it was really strange. These cards was calling me, and they really, it's like I can feel the energy of them, you know. So every now and again, if I'm nudged to shuffle the cards and pull the cards when I'm speaking with you guys, I will. It won't be all the time, okay? Because I'm not a tarot reader or anything like that, but for some reason I was guided to these oracle cards. So anyway, it says Candors are born with their eyes open, but do not have vocal cords to speak. You have always seen clearly. Trust in this, even if you struggle to find the words to express all that you see. Condors reveal emotion through changes in the skin color. This is a reminder to trust what your body is telling you. Your bodily intuition is a form of wisdom. I teach this in my 3-day workshop, you guys. How to tap into your body and communicate with your body and know what it's telling you. You have a spiritual connection to the cosmic Christ consciousness, the universal sacred heart, seeking to awaken itself in humanity. Your divine life purpose involves assuming the role of leader, guide, healer, and earth warrior for love on this planet in your unique way. inviolable spiritual protection surrounds you. Let's see. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. God, it was like that spoke to me. You know, like I said, 'cause sometimes these downloads come and I have to sit with them so that I can express it to you guys cohesively, and then I read that. Wow, it's just amazing. But so I hope that this message was useful to you. I hope that you overstood it and understand it when it comes to your children. I know, as a single mother myself, you know, I know that you be tired. Listen, look at what you eat. You know, sometimes it's the food you eat. You are electrical being. You should be eating electrical food. If you don't know what that is, Dr. Sebi taught us this. So look up Dr. Sebi. S-E-B-I. Dr. Sebi. S-E-B-I. He cured people from all kinds of things, all kinds of stuff. And he has a food list. They're all electrical food because we are electrical beings. All right? Like this channel if you like the information, you find it useful for you. If it touched you, if the oracle message was specifically for some of you, let me know that in the comments below. And I will see you guys next time, okay? All right.